With laughter and wit, they'll guide your way to streaming bliss every Friday. From setups to secrets, they got the knack. Cut the cable and you'll never look back. From gadgets to guts, they break it down. Take wisdom echoes all around. Every Friday they light the flame. Streaming matters, you know the name. Tech Talk's fire like a burning stream. With Kodi clicks, it's leading the team. No more.
And we're live. What's up, boys? What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing today?
How are you doing?
Good. Nice and sunny today.
Yeah. A spring has sprung in the Great White North. I think it's not quite summer, but it's,
How warm is it there?
It was probably 80 today.
Yeah, we had the AC on today.
Wow.
Yeah, he was 75.
Yeah.
Canadian for Canadians.
Enjoy your 3 days of spring.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting. Yeah, but yes, spring is probably if I've actually been having to actually mow the grass. So yeah, no more snow shoveling until November, December-ish.
No,
Yeah,
September-ish, October-ish.
No. So, excuse me. So, how is everybody on the panel? You guys doing all right? We hung out last night watching the movie, watching Sinners.
Yeah.
A great movie. Enjoy. We look forward to talking about that in the second hour of this show. If you've not watched our show before, we will do a lot of tech streaming or cord cutting tips. We do our best. If you have some cord cutting questions, post them over in the side chat, and we will do our best to answer any of those questions we're able to. With the panel, we're pretty well versed in most things streaming related. So ask your questions. We'll do our best to answer those questions because we're here to save you some money, for you to keep a little more money in your pocket with the way that every prices are going up in inflation. Let's do our best to try to help save you a few bucks. And if you already know this knowledge, hopefully you're able to carry this knowledge to some of your friends and family and help save them some money, because if they're paying for cable, satellite, it could be rough out there.
Yeah. Don't do it. Don't share
up,
it with anybody. Don't share it with anybody. Your life will be easier. Trust me.
That is true.
Keep it all to yourself.
All for yourself.
And giving advice. Don't tell anybody jack shit. Because it will just come back and haunt you. And haunt you. And haunt you.
I've told some of my friends, you don't have enough patience for this. There's no way I'm going to help you deal with it. Stick to paying for the cable.
True. That is true. Our hobby does take some learning. You're either going to spend money or you're going to spend time, and you're going to need to. And so, yes, Beach is correct, because once you share your knowledge with people, then you become the TV expert for them. And they will call you and ask questions. And every time something's not working, they will let you know that something's not working. And so that happens. Look, we got Jim hanging out here. We got all our regular people in here. Semi 2 Tech. He's hanging with us. Russell, and we got I saw Skulls is hanging with us. Redneck, Paul. So thanks to everyone jumping in and spending a little time with us on the live show. It always means a lot if you guys are willing to take time out of your schedule right now to watch us live and ask your questions. So awesome to see everybody jumping in, and we'll have people will trickle in because it's starting at the beginning of the show. So we'll go ahead and get started on some of our topics. Hold on a second. Let me grab a share screen here. Present. Let's get
Remember to hit the thumbs up and all that happy horse shit.
Yeah, that's like, share, subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah, read the banner that Aubyn's got going on there. Like,
ads going on. I had just shut it off, like,
yeah,
because I know you guys don't read it.
Do we read anything he posts?
You guys read nothing I post. I don't know.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Okay. You listen to your stuff. Yeah,
Right,
by the way, I like this one there tonight with the Motown sound.
Yeah, there's definitely a Motown sound to it.
Yeah.
I know Eddie was clicking his fingers, and I'll tell a story between us all. When last night we were watching Sinners on the Oculus in the big screen room, so we it's open for lots of people to watch it. So
And Blue did join us, so everyone knows.
Yes. Blue
Many
did
of
join
you
us
out
last
there were figured no, she wasn't gonna
She did.
come, but
She did.
She did.
She joined us, and so Spider joins, and Spider says, "Is this going to be in 3D? Because I'm not. I'm wanting to know." And Aubyn says, "Didn't you read what I posted in the room?" Aubyn got a banner about this big with all the information about what we're going to be watching, and in it says 3D.
Sinners in
and Spider's like,
3D.
"Oh, I didn't read that."
No, I just looked at. Is it still 6 o'clock tonight? Is the room number changed? Nope. Okay, I'm good.
Skim through the information. You forget. So yeah, Aubyn's always posting shit. We don't read it.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I thought last night's 3D copy looked pretty good.
So did I.
Yes, beautiful.
And I think me personally, I think it adds something to the picture.
Oh,
you
yes.
know, just see a little something.
Yeah.
And if I'm telling you, Beach could post those things, and I'm telling you, they would shoot like rocket fire, because when he does these movies, and not too much 3D, not too little, but enough to adds a little texture and a little depth to the picture.
But you know that Beach is a Plex guy.
Yeah.
So once you're a Plex guy, you don't need to post stuff all over the place.
Okay. All right. So, we got a banner here talking about Kodi. So we're going to start with Kodi first. The OK app. What I wanted to go ahead, and we talked about this last week, and I said that Asgard's repository was down. Still waiting on information from the developers and the people that worked on that repository, that add-on. Confirmed Saturday that Asgard's repository and add-ons are done, retired. So if you're running Asgard and you've been waiting for that, it's not going to come back. It is the developer has played the course of that add-on and is not looking to revitalize it and bring it back. Zero, he had a few add-ons on the Asgard repository, and I talked about that last week, that he did move, and he has a new repository that does have a handful of add-ons. And I think Fight on Demand, Zero Cinema, the UK soaps, a wrestling
TV
one.
soapbox.
Yeah, TV soapbox, F1 replays. There's a handful of add-ons that he has moved to that repository. So if you go back to last week's show, it will have the URL for you to install that repository if need be. Some add-ons that were on Asgard, if that was an add-on that other developers were maintaining, they may move those to other repositories. I really don't have any information on anybody that's moved, but for the most part, Asgard, Patriot, Shazam, all those are going to be retired. And we've talked about this numerous times. The developers working on Kodi K-App add-ons are not paid. They are just people taking time out of their personal life to create these add-ons. And if they're creating one-click add-ons, they're even given more of their time to create these one-click add-ons for whoever wants to use it for free. So hats off to anybody willing to take on the maintenance and maintaining an add-on. And then when you talk about some of these add-ons going on for years, that is a big task. And Asgard had a number of people that worked on it, and especially over the years, there's been a number of developers. So, salute out to all of the developers that worked on Asgard, keeping it going, because it became a pivotal part of a lot of people's Kodi experience. So sad to see that go, but just wanted to put it out there that add-on and repository is retired, and the developer does not plan to bring it back. So that is the ebb and flow of this community and of this hobby. And so we have to learn to roll with it, thank the developers that worked on it, why they did, and we just move on and try to sort out what is our new add-on. And I know now, Spider, you use Kodi a lot, and I know Beach uses it a little bit, and he may not claim it right now because AUBYN pulled in the team Plex. So I haven't. This is just a question. So for you, Spider, like, what is a couple of your big add-ons that you're using on a regular basis? And I just thought I'd toss it out there. We weren't planning on asking that question, but thought, hey, we'll toss it out there. And people over in the side chat, give us, a couple of your big add-ons that are now your staple, that you're part of your go-to add-ons.
Yep. For me, probably Umbrella, POV, and Fenlight AM are the three I use most often. Depending on what I'm in, because I've got Kodi running on different devices. So on like a Shield, I run a build because I can do that on a Shield. On like my tablets or on 4K, I just got a regular, just estuary, and then a couple add-ons tossed in, and that's it. I don't get too heavy with big builds that try and load up gaming and all that kind of stuff for it, just because I don't use those things, and it just takes up more space on the device and makes stuff run a little bit slower. Even on a Shield, I could on my mini PC or on a PC, you can run those massive builds and it's blazingly fast. But then you got to deal with a PC hooked up to your TV, which is not always the most convenient stuff in the world. So,
yeah.
But builds are nice. They're fun to have. It's great to have different add-ons to play around with. And there's times when I've used like Asgard or Shazam or Crew because I can't find something in one add-on. It's okay. I'll go to the next one, see if it's there. Sometimes you'll see, okay, this one's pulling from a little bit different sources than another one. And so they have their advantages.
Well, I like Shazam because Shazam showed a lot of good shows from the UK. Asgard was good, but if I really wanted to find one, it was on Shazam that I found it. It was good.
Shazam, they had a lot of content on there.
Yeah.
Beach, I mean, are you team? Are you allowed to? You need to talk. Do you need to talk to your coach to see if you're allowed to?
Well,
talk about
we're in the same union, so.
I do whatever I want. If I can't find it on Plex, or a lot of times what I use Kodi is like if somebody will mention a new TV show, and I'll pull it up on Kodi to see if it's Plex worthy. You know what I'm saying? So mine basically Crew, Fenlight AM, Umbrella. I just keep it simple. That way I know whatever I'm going to look for, I can find it on those. So that's what I use.
Okay.
Look at that, Redneck and I use the same beat copying me, Red.
Yeah.
Use the
guys
exact same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I am a Fen Light, some umbrella. I'm trying to actually move. I really want to move more to use an umbrella, but as my base add-on, there's just a few things that Fen Light displays it or labels it differently that makes more sense in my head. So it's the only reason I haven't moved over. And I mean, for example, next episode. All right. So in Fen Light, and probably POV, because POV is a Fen fork, if I'm not mistaken. Or it's next episode. You know, it's whereas Umbrella does a little bit differently. It's like, what's it?
It's progress.
Continue.
No, it's
Progress.
progress. Not in progress. Progress episodes.
Progress episodes and progress shows.
Yeah.
So to me, it's hard for me to wrap my head because it's progress shows is what next episode is, because that's showing you the next episode, where progress show or progress episoes is continue watching, like if you've not finished a show. So it like jumps around. So that's the only reason I haven't went 100% into it, but I've gotten more and more comfortable with understanding it. So both of those work great. And for me, the other one, Black Lightning, is the other one that I use for my one clicks. I use it as my one clicks, and I have it as a widget on my build because I like to be able, when I see that it's on one clicks for them, then I know that a good copy is out. He doesn't, he's not posting a cam version, because you know how cams become trending a lot of times in a lot of add-ons. I want to, and if I see that Black Lightning, it basically says, oh, it's out there in full copy, so I can watch it through the one click for Black Lightning, or I can say, hey, now I know I can scrape for it. And so that's though really to me, those are the only two I really use. I once in a while a sports one, but then I got other options for sports. So yeah, I was just curious because we got a lot of we got some, let's see, Shadow. Yep, because Shadow works. Great one over there. Saren, POV, Arctic Fuse Skin to make it look nice. Yep, I know that I've kind of been messing around with if I wanted to change skins. Fen Light, Umbrella, POV. And keep in mind, though, those are all pulling from the same sources.
Yeah.
So the one good thing about it, I heard Dave saying the crew and you said Fen AM, they are pulling from different sources in a way. So some may be overlapping, but they're different scraper packages. So that's always good to have different scraper packages. I know that Fido, I did see someone post about Fido down. It is down. I haven't heard from the developer of Fido where the ETA on that is. So I'll have information by next week. I apologize. I saw that yesterday that there was a problem, and I just did not. Today didn't reach out. Redneck says Fido for that. Looky who rolls up in the house, Mr. Carl. Carl, what's up, my man? Anybody that is looking for hosting, anti-social hosting is the way to go. Jazzy, look at you rolling in the house. Here's another new one. Paul mentioned Me TV. Another one, if you're wanting classic TV, retro TV, like really old stuff. Me TV has a really good category, really good catalog of content. So definitely, if you're into the older stuff, Me TV is one to check out.
Isn't Me TV when it comes across the broadcast?
It's an OTA channel in the States.
Yeah.
Yes, it is an OTA, but yeah,
classic TV.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an add-on, Ezra Max repository, so it's his own add-on. It's not related to the channel, but it he has. It'll have like Hawaii 5-0, and they'll have some of those old 70s shows, Land of the Lost.
That 70s stuff was the best.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. Thomas posting out the Navy SEAL, another really good add-on that a lot of people don't talk about. Andrew, Taz, another one that we don't hear a lot. And that's kind of one that I've thought about it, that, want to hear about some of these things that people don't, always use.
Isn't Taz an old one?
It is. It's been around a while, but people don't talk about it.
Yeah, because I
It
used to
has.
use that one.
People just don't talk about it. It's kind of like MeTV. Nobody talks about it.
Yeah.
Magic Dragon.
Yeah.
It's a solid add-on, but nobody talks about it. And I just thought we'd toss it out there. I found Premiumize it shows very well and need Real to Grid for them. Maybe it says does. Maybe it means does not. Does. I'm not sure, Dave.
I found that Premiumize does not show any.
Hey, Dave's got the same problem. I got them issues when I start typing.
Well, and there are some things that you like. There's some series I watch that I can't find on links for on RD or PM,
Yes.
and Easy News will pull them in, especially older stuff.
Yeah.
That's kind of one clicks are nice for older things because they tend to have sources you can get hold of. Where some of the newer add-ons, it might be hit and miss unless you've got like multiple premium services to pull from.
And I do find now Easy News, the only downside of Easy News, because I have Easy News, it's slow. Like if it finds something, the load up time, that caching to get it before it starts playing, is way longer than what you're used to with Premiumize or RD that normally play within 5 seconds. Easy News, when it clicks and it finds it, there's that time where it's buffering up, it's caching. So that's the downside for Easy News for me is that. And I mean, we're spoiled. I mean, us having to wait 20 seconds, I'm bitching about that. But that is one thing that I do notice. The other, he said Premiumize is not working well. I've not had issue with Premiumize. They did have a little downtime last week for like 4 hours, and people were having a meltdown. But when we're talking about Real to Grid and Premiumize, they are two separate services, and so they will get different results at times. So, I have both and find them to work pretty good. I like both of them. Alfie's got hit. Look at Alfie obviously he's from Spain. So Fen Light AM, which is the new Fen AM umbrella. Palantir, I've not ever heard of Palantir. And Alpha, which I guess that's for Spanish. Yeah, thank you. I love the idea of hearing from different countries and content. Sometimes we hear people that say, I'm looking for Hispanic so it's good to get information. I certainly appreciate everybody's chiming in with some of their favorite add-ons, and I'm thinking about posting something in the Streaming Matters Telegram room to make it to where people can kind of post some of their thoughts to give everybody option, because sometimes you might have found something really cool that not a lot of people know about, or it was like we were talking about older add-ons that people kind of is used to talk about it, and then it's kind of fallen out of the limelight, which is not always a bad thing. So hey, we'll see what goes on with that.
Debs, have you decided on your replacements for Asgard and Shazam on your build?
No. Actually, I worked on my build the other day, and I hate OneDrive, or what's it? The OneDrive for Microsoft, because I didn't realize that everything that I was saving to my desktop, which was a lot of my Kodi fork, was saving to the OneDrive, and then I deleted stuff off my cloud because it said I was over my limit. And guess what? I lost it.
The whole thing.
Like, so I hate Windows 11. I hate Windows 11.
But you can go back in and restore those files.
If you don't, well, that's unless you empty the trash can.
No, because that's on the same side of. It's not on the same side as the Google side. It's like Google. I know it keeps like 12 copies up there of each file.
Oh. It's just a pain in the ass. And so
Yeah.
I haven't replaced any of my one clicks. I think I'm just going to stick with Black Lightning. And a Quicksilver is another option, but it is a mirrored. It's a mirror of Black Lightning, except for it's a different base. One is a shadow base, and one is the name. It's a small name.
Jen.
Gosh, no, one might be. I don't think they're both. I think one of is a shadow base or a micro gen, and one is. Oh, AA created it. I can't remember. But the content's the same, but it's built off of a different base. The add-on's built off different base. So the settings look a little bit different, but content's the same. So I'll probably just stick with Black Lightning or Quicksilver for my one clicks. But again, I don't use one clicks that often, except for documentaries. I love a good documentary section and kind of go through some stuff like that. So I do want to check out Dream TV. A lot of people are posting about that. That is one of the add-ons that I do want to check out here soon.
You got an answer for this one here?
Up. Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. Any recommendations for anime? Yeah. What's it? Akatu? Watch. What's it? Watch Tunes. Watch Two Tunes. Watch Tunes. It's Watch Two Tunes or something like that. That's really the only those two, and then there was because Kaiko I think is Aktu, or I think it's the same. So that's the one. The one you're talking about there. That's the one I usually stick to. Aktu as probably the what's it? Otaku. Thank you, Todd, for that's the one that the wife uses. If you are a person that's big into anime and you're willing to kick off a few bucks, what's it? Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
It's very inexpensive. You can probably get a monthly package for about $7. This anime section is great. The wife actually had that for a number of months when she was looking for some English versions or English dubbed for some of her harder to find content that was not available through Kodi very well. She used that for months. So if you're a person that's really big into anime, definitely check out Crunchyroll. It's really good, but it is cost. It's like I want to say she said $7 a month for us when she was using it. So yeah, look, he says nephew uses Crunchyroll, and it is good. I mean, I so I won't knock her out. She was happy with it. Dream TV looks a little like like the B list playlist, the B playlist. All right. I'm definitely going to check that out because a lot of people were talking about the Dream TV. Just checking it out. The next topic we had here, and I just wanted to mention this for next week, we're going to have a giveaway on the show. I posted a video yesterday revisiting the SuperBox, and we've got some up here on the shelf, and I'm going to give those all away. The company sent me, they sent me an email a couple months ago and said, hey, would you be willing to do a giveaway? And I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to do that. And they said, hey, we'll give them away. We'll actually send them from here. Then they ended up sending them to me and says, hey, we'll send them to you in good faith to show you that we're going to follow through with it. We will send them to you. You can mail them out and get them to people from your channel as a giveaway. So I have 4 SuperBoxes. I did a little bit of video here after using it for 8 months, kind of a retrospective look of what I liked, what I didn't like. And again, I'm going to be honest about the things I like, and I'm going to be honest about the things that it fell short on. And I did in the video, and I told them, I'm not going to lie about what it doesn't do well. And they're like, that's fine. So I have 4 of those. Next week, we're going to give them away. We're going to pull the names on here. The panel's going to talk. We're going to come up with the 4 people that will be getting those boxes. I have a 128 gig, a 64 gig, and 2 32 gigabyte devices that I'm going to give away. and we're going to see how to win on that. How to win this is what the video. You can go to this video on YouTube, go into the comments, and give me what you would do to win a super box. And we're gonna, from the comments that are there, we are going to decide who should get those devices. So thought that'd be kind of fun. Actually, the wife is the one that came up with the idea of saying, hey, why don't you do, what would you do for she's, I thought of that. What would you do for a Klondike bar? So what would you do for a super box? So, and it's fun. I like that people have been posting. We've got some really good comments in there already. And we look forward to people posting your comments, what you would do for that. And once we have the winners, then I will mail those devices out. Be sure to watch the video because there is an issue with the firmware that was sent with these boxes. It's not a major issue, but the App Store doesn't show when you load up the boxes. This wave of boxes they sent out, the App Store doesn't show. So basically what you do is you go in on the app, go to the browser, you go to a website, download an APK, and you load it. I mean, we've all done it. Load the APK, that's the App Store. And once you load the App Store, you will load the updater will be part of the App Store, the over-the-air updater. You click that, it updates, and everything is fine. So there was an issue whenever they did the firmware. There was a problem, but it's not a super hard problem. But these boxes will come with that issue. Just giving you a warning on it, and I did mention it in the video. So once that happens, and once you update it, then you're good to go. From there, everything loads like it should. Hey, hopefully,
give it away to the people who watch the show, but the people who put it together get jack shit, And man, holding the working guys down again. Freaking YouTube oligarchy.
Oh, wait. Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna start telling all my bad secrets. The Epstein files are getting ready to come out. So yeah, we're gonna give this away, and my panel doesn't get anything, but they're gonna be able to decide who wins it, and it could be you. So, but not them. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. It should be fun, and I thanked SuperBox for sending those to me. And again, there's a niche group of people that couldn't use these, that would find these very helpful. Not everybody, but I do see that there are certain people that this is a great plug and play type of device for some folks to really like. And I have one, the one that they sent me 8 months ago. I have it downstairs, and I use it on occasion for finding sometimes pay-per-views, and the playback, which is like a catch-up feature, is brilliant. Up to 6 days, and we were watching, what was it, Tough Man contest, what was it, last month?
Yeah.
And the next morning, there's the Tough Man contest right on the catch-up, the playback DVR function. Right there, and all I do is click it, and boom, I'm watching. So that, and even if we, guys, when we talk about different live subscriptions, that is not offered very often. I mean, it's most services don't offer that.
Yeah,
and most of those services that want that catch up charge quite a bit more.
Yeah.
So it comes with these devices. So that was my biggest thing.
Yeah, a lot of those services, that feature doesn't work. They say you have it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work.
Yeah. Right. Or it's one channel, 2 channels. It's like
exactly.
So, hey, but folks, check out the video. You don't have to watch over. I'm not looking for clicks on it, but post in the comments so that some of the people that are watching the show, you can be one of those winners maybe. So we have 4 we're going to give away, and I look forward to the fun that we have next week when we're trying to pick who gets to be that winner or winners. Then the next topic I thought we would throw out there, the OnBox has got a new update, and it's moved to Android TV 14. So that has been, and anybody with an OnBox may have seen the prompt to update your device. Well, let's just say all things don't always run smooth with updates. As much as it's great to have these updates and the new features, and it's supposed to fix some problems, Reddit is full of people with devices that don't work quite right. So again, part of it's security issues, but they added some new features supposed to help with the HDR, and there is problems with some of these. So if you've not updated your device, you may want to just pump the brakes, let other people be the guinea pigs, and let things get sorted out before you race out there to update and find out your device is not working the way that you would hope it is. But
can you take it to Walmart and get a refund?
Well, depends how long you had it. Yeah.
If you have the reset, you're gonna have to have a receipt. And I don't know, they're picky on some of their on their electronic returns, so I'm not sure if they would let you bring electronic item back there. Maybe they would. You'd have to have the box and everything. So, but yeah, it's there is some good features that are supposed to be in this, you know, improvement on 4K playback and stuff. But I've held off on it, and I've got American devices, so I'm gonna see how that plays out. I'm not racing to do it because I don't want to mess them up. But I factory reset mine before, so if I had to factory reset, well, then, you know, so be it. But just be careful and know that there could be some issues updating these. But if all things go well, then you're good to go. I wasn't sure. Now, Beach, you use these devices.
Yeah, I have.
Don't you?
I have the first gen on, the second gen on the Plus. The only one I don't have is the Pro. So I was playing around with my Plus today. So I mean, it's working fine. It has Android 14 on it. I have no issues. Yeah. The only issue I have with it is it doesn't do a good job with connecting to my sound bar. Sometimes it connects, sometimes it doesn't. So sometimes you have to reboot it to connect. So that's probably the only issue I have. But other than that,
was that on before the update or after the update?
I already had the sound bar. So when I got it a couple of weeks ago or so. Like just when it first came out, I got it like a week later. So, but I mean it works fine. I put it this way, I would steer anybody who's looking, all they want to do is just stream. You know, if they want to watch Kodi and they watch IPTV, that $30 on box is perfectly fine for them. You can go on Amazon and you can get the little rubber grippy covers for them. You know, they're $4 or $5, which, because that remote is kind of slippery, you know, they're cheap, but it makes it feel better. So if you don't have one, or if you're one like me, I mean, I have covers for my Fire Stick, Fire Cube, my Shield controllers, you know, I'll have those. So it just makes it easier to find them, easier in your hand to hold.
I was just thinking, so Beach, you're not using this NVIDIA Shield remote? Remember these?
I know that's what came with my box.
I loved this. People hated it. I mean, that mug.
Yeah.
It felt, but a lot of people hated it because it was so thin and the way that felt in their hand. I'm like, I like the volume was here.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is my old one. I pulled this one back out.
Yeah.
I was going to start using
that's the remote. I mean, I got I think my Shield was 2015 where it came with
that's
that
the
remote,
15.
and also the game controller when you used to get the game controller with the Shield. So all I did on my So all I did with mine when they came out with the 2019 when they changed the controllers, I just bought a new controller. I like that bigger one, you know, and put a remote cover on it, just because that one there uses those CR24 batteries, you
Oh.
know, and it's a
Yeah.
hell of a lot easier that you know, I'm having double A's and triple A's around for the big remote than the 24 dime type ones. So
and they're more expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, those batteries are more expensive and bitch to get out.
They're harder to find too, because like my Walmart stopped carrying a lot of those. I had to start getting them from Amazon. So the battery dies, and then you got to wait a day until you can get a battery.
Yeah,
it's the same battery my Honda remote, my key fob uses there. And let me tell you, that freaking Honda will suck through battery life on that freaking key fob like you would not believe. I don't know how many times I'd be going someplace, low battery. I'm like, what the fuck? Come on. Am I going to be able to get out of my car? You know, it's going to lock me in or whatever.
You're broke down at the grocery store.
Yeah.
It's those things. I know we just got a bunch of batteries for the wife's Toyota. My Honda's Civic's batteries hardly ever go out. Her Toyota, I swear, it's every year we have to replace the batteries in. So
yeah,
it's weird how different ones do different. You know, some drink a battery and some sip at it. So speaking of the odd box, I was going to mention on the on box plus, which this is the $30 box that Beach mentions.
Yeah.
It is the newer one. It also has the ability to do AI upscaling if you install Projectivity Launcher. So if you install the Projectivity Launcher, you can get the ability to enable the AI enhancing. So this here, and we're on video and you can't really see it very well, but anybody that has an NVIDIA Shield, you know about with the AI upscaling kind of thing. But this is on the on box, but it's just kind of hidden. It's just not in the normal screens, but the Projectivity kind of found that setting for whatever reason, and you're able to do it. So that is a plus. That if you have the on box plus, and you want that ability to have the AI upscaling, install Projectivity Launcher and take a look at the settings, and you're going to be able to find the settings to allow yourself to be able to do that AI.
What you need to do is when you're in the mood to play around one day, you need to try that Projectivity thing and look for the permissions it asks that it wants to have access to. It has a ton of features and a ton of stuff you can do with it. But I'm like, no, why do you need access to that? You know, there's a lot of stuff, you know, and it's free. So like you said, if you get something for free, you know, there's a reason it's free.
You're the product. You're the
exactly.
Product.
So they were
You're the product they're selling.
They were asking for a lot of shit that I was like, yeah, no. So I just was not pleased with it.
Yeah, what's my financial info?
There you go. So tell me, why does it need that? You know, so it's like,
I get location. I get a lot of these. I get that financial. I mean, is it because but you should be buying this through the Play Store. So technically they wouldn't need, you're not like buying it inside the application. You know that, where it's like, hey, you want to upgrade because you're upgrading through Play Store, I would assume. Data collected for what purpose? App functionality and analysis. Okay. All right. Well, hey, interesting.
Yeah, like I said, that's why. Just for my it's not like Google and everybody else in the world doesn't know everything I do. But when I'm going through this and I'm like, really, it's just a freaking launcher, So that's why I'm happy with that little emotum, that I use. It's simple, it doesn't ask for all that BS. So that's just my tinfoil hat.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, but again, folks, if you
Yeah.
you know, pros and cons to these types of products. And so check it out. I do know that it has a lot of extras, and I do like the way that some of this looks. So, hey, check that out if you're wanting to get into the AI upscaling on your OnBox. It is on Plus. I don't know if it's available on the other ones, but definitely the Plus is giving you that option to do upscaling if you use the Projectivity Launcher. Thought we'd mention ESPN is launching a new app. Sports Forever released some ads during the NBA game the other night. So ESPN is moving forward with a upgraded version of their ESPN Plus, which was their first app that was out there. The people that are on ESPN Plus will be moved over to the Sports Forever ESPN app, and depending on which package you are currently on, that will determine what package they put you in on the new app. This is going to release in the fall, right before, I think it said before football season. For me, the big information here, pricing. So we're looking at $29 a month, annually $299. So that's $30 a month or $300 a year. If you want to do some bundling, you can bundle it with ESPN Plus, Hulu, and the ESPN, and that's $36 a month with ads from Disney and Hulu. So you're going to get ads with the ESPN part of it regardless. But if you want this deal, $36 is going to get you the Disney Plus and Hulu ad supported. $45 if you don't want the ads. And it says here that there's going to be a special offer. So basically, you're going to be able to get the ad supported system, which would be this one. They're going to offer that for the first 12 months at $30. So that's probably going to be a very limited deal for just a short few months, maybe even a month. So if you've already got Disney Plus and Hulu, you may want to take a look at, if you're already paying for those and you want to add ESPN, you may want to take a look at that, because you might be able to get it at a small increase in what you're already paying, and it would add your ESPN. Not that there's other options that we talk about in the show, but try to cover all the bases. So some people would just rather pay a subscription each month for these type of things. So, what are you guys thinking? ESPN seems to be racing along, trying to get themselves a new deal here.
They're trying. I don't know.
They gotta try and do something to keep all the sports from going to Amazon Prime and Netflix.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. I mean, they're trying to lock down as much as they can now that you see Netflix and Prime when they get into live sports.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's like, was a Memorial Day when I was trying to watch a NASCAR race.
Yep.
I'm looking through the TV listings. I'm like, where the fuck is the race? I'm like, where's the race? So I had to freaking Google. I was on Prime. I'm like, NASCAR's on freaking Prime? You got to be shitting me.
Wow.
Two races in a row. They were that with last week, too.
Yeah.
I think it's the next 4 or 5 races. They're doing 4 or 5 in a row like that.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Ever since NASCAR went screwy, because it was on Fox all the time. Then it got split up where half the season was on Fox, the other half was like on NBC or something.
Yep.
So now it's on that freaking BS where the first half is on Fox, the second half looks like it's on Prime. So, oh joy.
Yeah. And so if you're on any of the live TV alternatives, you got to start poking around and find it in the pay-per-view section.
Yep.
Or watch it from another country. TSN had, I think TSN 3 had it, or one of the ones out of England. So you'd have to watch it out of the UK. So NASCAR. It's like NASCAR did it, but yeah, I think you're right. It's everyone's trying to get into that, and I also think with ESPN, we talked about this months ago that Disney bought 70% of Fubo, and when they bought it, they announced that they were going to use Fubo as their sports app, but that's been held up by the FCC. There were, there's questions about, is it monopolizing shit, this and that, and kind of been held up in regulations. So I think Disney / ESPN had to say, hey, since Fubo, we couldn't go with that route right now, we're going to have to just push out our app right now. And maybe this is just going to be for a period of time. Or are they dropping Fubo? But I don't think that they would drop Fubo because Disney spent hundreds of millions of dollars to buy 70% of Fubo. That was supposed to be their sports APK, their sports app. But since that's being held up, I think they kind of just maybe going this route, putting a Band-Aid on it until that stuff can be sorted, because I can't see them just shit canning all the money they threw to Fubo to get 70% of it. So time will tell where that will go, if Disney and all the sports will go to Fubo. I hope it does. The other thing I thought we would talk about a little bit is Disney said streaming is dead, and this came from the creator of Andor. Let me try to get this a little bit bigger. And some of the discussions that was from the Disney executives saying that the unlimited money and just go, those days are done. And this had to do with second seat of Andor and the money that was going to be spent on that. And they did spend the money on Andor. They didn't go, I think it $650 million.
$50 million. I mean,
to make it.
That's mind-boggling.
Yep.
One show, one season. So again, we think about this as we're streaming. Now, are these streaming services and creating these shows, because that's what's happened. It's not so much Disney app dragging them down, or the Netflix app dragging the financial side of it down, or Paramount Plus or Apple TV. It's all of this in this content that they want to create just for their platform. And again, when we talk about all the Star Wars stuff, and Disney, of course, having the license for all that, and spending the money they're spending on these shows, and do they ever recoup that money? I mean, how do they recoup $650 million for one show? I mean, you think that came from new customers, or I guess if they go up in the price, keep going on the price, you start to get it back.
And then they take it off the air. Don't forget. They'll put it in their little box, Disney, and say, "Oh, people want to watch it again. Let's raise the price and put it on TV for them." And we won't even give them the whole series.
Well, Disney did that with the Marvel series that were on Netflix. They pulled them off Netflix, but didn't put them back on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it just I mean, we're in a what was it, 4 years ago when streaming, all these apps started kicking off. Wouldn't you say that, about 4 years ago or so?
Yeah.
And it was like everybody had an app. Everybody had an app, and then everybody spending. The money was no object, so you could spend, didn't matter. And then all of a sudden, people started, I guess, the investors, and they started saying, "Whoa, we're not matching or meeting our financial needs here. We're in the red, and red. So it makes me wonder, then we had when we saw all the stuff, these companies coming together last year. I mean, look at with Warner Brothers, and we had HBO, and then Paramount Plus. Kind of, they all started like coming together as apps instead of saying, "Hey, we want to keep being independent apps." They said, "We'll be one app." So now we're getting to the point where now Disney executives, and I'm sure the other big streaming services, are saying, "Hey, we can't afford to do this. We can't afford to spend $650 million on one show." So it makes you wonder. I mean, what's the next progression of this? Are we going to allow just other companies to make the shows, and then
They were already doing it?
Well,
We
yeah.
had no say in it. You know what I mean? We had no
Well,
say.
really what happened was when Netflix was releasing these shows or whatever, where they're getting The Office from NBC or getting whatever show from CBS, and they're like, those guys say, "Hey, that's our content. What if we just make our own streaming app?" So that's exactly what they did. Pulled all their shit off of Netflix, start their own app. Why should we let them make money off of our stuff when we can do it ourselves? So that's basically. And then, it was just at the same time that all happened. Then the pandemic hit. Everybody was stuck inside, couldn't go anywhere. So everybody was streaming everything,
numbers through the roof.
Greed, and then the greed
Exactly.
hit. Then greed came along.
Yeah, like it always does.
Yep.
But there's something I posted in the side chat there, Todd, that there's a special going on at Sam's for discounted memberships. Some people might be interested in.
All right. Yeah. Let's see here.
Well, and one thing that doesn't get talked about much on, especially streaming older series, like they have to pay the content creators, and even so, there's a couple of series that can't be streamed because the music rights.
Yep.
They can't get rights to the music on the show. There's a fight over the cost of that, and so because of that, no one will pick it up and no one will stream it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting the next year or so. I think that the landscape of streaming is going to change even more.
But between that landscape and the AI, because there's more and more stuff out there now. There was something I was just reading about. Somebody's doing a new show and it's all going to be AI. I'm like, it's insane. Insane.
Yeah, picking up speed. And hey, we're talking about economies and losing jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Hollywood ain't safe.
No.
So this is the link that Beach posted about Sam Club.
Yeah,
Shops
right.
dropped a $20 sign up.
Yeah, right now, if you're in the States and you ever thought about joining Sam's, until June 16th, they're running this special. You can sign up and get a year's membership for $20.
Huh.
So if you ever thought about signing up or whatever, if there's one near you or what, and you're not a member, you can sign up right now for $20. If you get I think the big plus thing where you can do curbside pickup, that's normally like $110. That's $60, where basically you can just order whatever you want, pull your car up to Sam's, and they'll load it in your car for you. So I thought there might be some people might be interested in, $20, whatever. Trust me, go there and get a couple of those rotisserie chickens. They're still $5. There's still $5 in there. Damn good.
Yeah. So awesome. I love that. So let's see if there was I didn't see any comments really jumping over there.
There's a couple things I had in the store.
Star.
I
Okay.
want to go back and check those out.
Yep. All right. So this week's player pass, half watch. Does that count? I mean, sure, you can. I mean, you got to vote on the.
Vote on what you watch.
Does that count?
And
If you live outside the U.S. and you update the on box, will it have the same effect as this, like a factory reset? Okay, so Trevor, from what I had read on Reddit, there has not been any issue with updating the on box after the initial setup. So it does a region check on the very first time it boots up on the initial setup. If you do, and I'm assuming, Trevor, you have done this because of you have this outside the U.S. You have to run a mobile hotspot from a computer or a laptop, run a VPN, set the VPN to the U.S., connect the on box to that mobile hotspot with the VPN turned on. Then you're able to do the very first update, the initial setup. Once you do that, you can go back into your original Wi-Fi setup without a VPN, and it plays just fine. And I've got past updates without a problem. Now with this update, I haven't personally tried it, but reading through Reddit, people that live outside the U.S. have not had issues with region geo block. So hopefully that won't be an issue. Now, hopefully, if worst case, and it does region block you, yes, you would have to roll back to the creating a mobile hotspot on a laptop or a PC, factory reset it, set the VPN on your computer to the US, do your initial setup, because it basically rolls all the way back to the very first setup. It goes through, does the big update, then you could go back to using your Wi-Fi normal. So I haven't done it myself, but from what I read on Reddit, they did not have a geo issue on this latest update. Dollar General by my house carries those. Oh, Jim. All right. So yeah, we bought a bunch of those small batteries because we put them in the remote into the Toyota's auto start, because she has, because you live up here, you got to start your car from inside the house, and had to went ahead and bought some extras through Amazon. It's like, hey, this is have 5 or 6. I want to have 6 on backup, just as a little safety net. I'm always about it, man. I always got some backups. Yep, no problem, Trevor. So just the first half of the movie. Well, I mean, you'll have to decide on that. Alfie says that's why they're pirates with too many platforms, too much. Yeah, either one of the things, and people can, with us, I think we have it an easier time finding shit than people paying for all these services.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's a whole lot easier finding shit. So, all right, let's go ahead and get ready for the second half of our show.
Okay.
I'm gonna spin. You want me to do spin the wheel first?
Hold on. First,
Okay. Yep.
You see, this is what I want everyone to see right now. What he did to me.
I asked the question.
First, last week and the prior 2 weeks before, he's like, okay, let's talk about UFC stuff and all that at this point in the show. So I get everything all set up and I have it right there. And so what did he say? Oh, well, what are we going to do? Spin the wheel? No. You can go again. You can look and see what I have.
I can't remember what I did yesterday. So, all right. So,
if you go over there and look.
Oh, now I see.
Now you see.
The production manager is on the host's ass.
My God.
That's what this you just saw. Get my ass chewed out by the production manager.
All right.
Production manager, it's yours.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about the sports first. We have UFC 316 this weekend. It's Devon Shelley against O'Malley. Todd's guy O'Malley.
Yes, Sugar Sean.
Sugar Sean is gonna get his ass beat.
No, he's not.
No, yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. He's gonna get his ass beat. He thinks his. Listen, you can't beat a guy anymore that comes from any of those countries over there, any of the stands, or it's just not happening. It's not happening at all. But this weekend we have the early prelims tomorrow start at 6 p.m. the prelims start at 8 p.m. and the main card starts at 10 p.m. So it's going to be a long night because it's a UFC event, and it's going to be in Jersey, right here by me. Not like I'm going to go because I have a better time hanging out with everyone else. Really, I would never spend that money to go when I have, everybody that comes and we hang out and we have such a blast.
Yeah.
It's not worth it to me. Slap fights I could see going to, that would be fun. That would be fun. But UFC events, no. We need to hear commentation and all that good stuff. As for anything else, I didn't look. I don't know if there's any BKFC. I thought
Tonight.
It is
Tonight.
tonight. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So BKFC tonight. I guess I'll be running that in big screen. If anyone wants to jump in and take a look.
Yep. So hey, we've said it numerous times. Big on the Oculus, big screen, hanging out, watching the sporting events with all of us is fun time. It's a good time.
All right. Now for the wheel for next week, episode 18 on June 13th. The movies on the wheel are as follows. In green, we have Neighborhood Watch for Andrew. I am in purple with Juror number 2. Dabs is in red with Carry On. Eddie is in gray with Freaky Tales. Beach is in blue, The Accountant 2. Oh, why didn't you open that one up? And
Because I'm going to watch it first.
Oh,
he hasn't watched it yet.
Well, that's not fair. That's not
Yeah,
fair.
it is. Yeah, it is.
He doesn't want another mark on him. He doesn't want another bad.
I can't have 3 consecutive shit movies.
Oh, come on.
My perfect record
He's
is
scared.
Stained.
We have
It is.
Jason in yellow with Fountain of Youth. No, I say that if it falls between the purple and the red, it just
No.
might be Dave's movie.
It might
No,
be.
it still could land on mine.
It
just
could.
Yeah,
has a
it
lower
could.
percentage.
It's
gonna stick. It's gonna stick.
yellow. It's saying it yellow.
Fountain of Youth. Oh
Fountain of Youth.
wow.
Did you watch that one?
Yes.
Jason. Oh, okay.
I watched that one. So,
I didn't get to watch it yet.
because like Dave, I wanted to check it out first before I put it on the wheel. So,
No, that's not fair. I don't check out stuff.
Hmm.
All right. Yeah, I've seen this too.
Oh, you saw it already? Also.
Yeah, I've seen it. I'm not gonna. We'll save.
Who's
it.
in it? Can you just scroll down a little bit?
John Krasinski, Natalie Portman. It's got a good cast, but
Guy
we know
Ritchie
that doesn't
directed
mean
it
anything.
or produced it. I think Guy Ritchie.
Oh,
directed it.
wait! If Guy Ritchie directed it, maybe you can, scream out to Blue and ask if she'd like to join us again.
She might. We watched it though.
Oh, you watched it. Okay,
She
That's
watched it.
she
Well,
watched.
she watched
it.
Sinners.
Guy Ritchie. Yeah,
You watched Sinners. Well, that was only because we forced her
yeah.
to watch it.
That's why I wanted to see if we could get her again.
We can try.
We can try.
We can try. She's pretty hard headed.
Oh man.
So, but all right. So
Okay.
that's the movie for next week. That's the movie.
Yeah, but isn't our grading going down? We're going down to a 5.7. Anything below 6.5.
Yeah, look at Eddie. Eddie knows some rules. All
Put
right.
it
All
this
right.
way,
Hey,
we can pull out, 8 point whatever, and they suck.
Yeah.
The ratings mean shit.
I'm pretty sure Flow has a pretty high rating on there, but that was not the greatest of movies. So
that movie was great. I love that movie. That was great. All right. Hey, let's go. We're going to move on to the player pass section of this show. So, hey, you guys hold tight. We're getting ready to talk about a movie, Sinners. All right. Now this is play or pass. We
Oops, sorry about
What
that.
happened?
Sorry about that,
Yeah,
Ted.
I got
the
Yeah.
professionalism of this show.
Well, I thought he was going to do it, but he didn't.
All right. So this part of the show, we will cover the movie. This is our movie review section of the show. Sinners. The movie was chosen from the Wheel of Crap last week. No,
No,
Blue.
the week
Wait,
before.
yeah, that's
No.
right. I forgot.
Yeah.
My wife.
You guys,
we
Veto.
were able to get. We were able to.
It was on the
use-
Wheel of Crap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it
but
was,
you guys that wanted to give Andrew a step up.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
No,
so that's
that was that. Look, the decision was Mrs. Massa's. So when Mrs. Massa speaks, we listen.
Ah,
you know. Well, I'm. You know what? I can't say nothing because I'm gonna get myself in trouble. I
Ah.
can see something coming back on me in 10 years when I'm trying to run for mayor of the town. So,
Oh, boy.
hey, so this is the part of what we're going to talk about Sinners. So if you're worried about spoilers, well, hey, you've been warned because we're going to talk about the movie, and we're going to give our honest opinion, what we think about this movie with Michael B. Jordan. So here we go. So open up the floor to you guys over in the side chat. Post your thoughts to this also, and let's go ahead and open up. What are you guys thinking of this movie?
Well, someone else can go first. I'm trying to take care of a bunch of things here.
I'll start. I thought it was a pretty good movie. It's definitely a vampire movie, which I didn't know until like it came up on the wheel and I started checking out trailers. I knew it was supposed to be kind of a horror movie, but it's not really a horror movie. It's more, I don't know exactly why they decided to put vampires in it. I think maybe
Yeah.
they were like, hey, we need something more, and let's do a vampire movie. But it could have been just as well, if not better, with that whole stuff left out of it, honestly.
Yeah.
But, and I don't know if it's trying to be a horror movie. Like, what genre did they list it in?
Oh, it's got to be in horror. Hold on a second. Let me,
I mean, I guess it's gory and you see
It was
blood.
drama.
Period
It was
drama.
drama than horror.
Yeah.
supernatural horror, vampire horror, action
That's
drama,
it,
horror,
yeah.
thriller.
I mean, it's a good story. The movie flows. It keeps going along. There's a couple little parts where it gets a little slow, and you're kind of like, okay, what does this got to do with the movie? But not too bad overall. I mean, I like Michael B. Jordan. I like Ryan Coogler movies. I don't know why some of the people on the panel seem to have so much hate for those two, but I think they put out really great movies, and I've always liked all of them.
All really great movies. That's getting kind of crazy now, but great. I'm not.
That's all I've got about it.
Okay,
go ahead, Eddie.
One question: how many people watched the video after the credits?
The first one or
Last
the
night.
second one?
The second one.
Yeah, we watched.
We did
it.
last night.
Okay, good. Okay, for me, I like this movie. To start off, when it started off with it, just a one tone. The one tone is an E open chord, is a blues chord, and then they showed the sign of Clarksdale, Mississippi. Well, Clarksdale, Mississippi is a very interesting subject because, first of all, there's a famous blues club there owned by Mr. Morgan Freeman called Ground Zero. And if anybody knows anything about the blues, Robert Johnson met the devil at the crossroads not far from Clarksdale, Mississippi. But the movie itself, I liked it until it got up to the vampire stuff. Because the blues is supposed to be devil's music. And what's the devil's got to do with vampires? I don't understand. But all in all, it was a good movie. I liked the storyline. The video at the end, I have some questions about it because Sammy at the end of the movie, he goes to see his father at the church with the handle of the guitar, and then he leaves. And then next thing you know, he's in Chicago, and he goes into the Michael B. Jordan goes into the club, and he meets up with Buddy Guy. And Buddy Guy takes the guitar that Sammy had in the movie, but there's two differences. I'm assuming that Sammy becomes Buddy Guy. I don't know.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's two.
Because he had the marks.
The scars on his cheek. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, but there's a two difference in here. If you see Sammy during the movie, he's playing slide guitar. Okay, Buddy Guy does not play slide guitar.
Well, he talked about remember Michael B. Jordan's vampire guy says, I don't like all that electric stuff that you're doing now. I like that old stuff you're doing.
Yeah.
So he had moved from doing it the old slide way
Right.
to the electric guitar.
Yeah.
And because he said, I think it's crap. I think the new stuff is crap.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they were going for historical accuracy when it comes to the music in this movie.
No, well, they started off, they're starting off because the history of the blues, because they're starting off a juke joint. A juke joint is where mostly all the famous blues players played in juke joints.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, it has an aspect that's important in the movie, even though you say, well, they're getting into the vampire stuff. I don't believe in the vampire stuff, but they would have said, let's say something like ghosts or something that pertains to the devil, because they're playing the devil's music, But the vampire stuff turned me off. I didn't say I'm putting the movie down, but I wasn't really expecting that. That's all for me.
Okay. I guess I'll go now.
Alright.
I like the movie in some respect, but the whole devil horror type thing in me never always cut it.
No.
From Dusk Till Dawn, sure, that was a great movie. It was had Selma Hayek. Who did they give me
had
here?
that- who was
Who
this
did
chick
it-
that
who-
was in this one? She was fine
It
looking.
wasn't no Selma Hayek, okay?
Well, no, but she's
Selma-
still fine.
Selma still
What
looks
about Big
fine.
Titty Mama? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I like.
But we didn't see them, okay?
We didn't see him, but
Them thick girls, though, you gotta like them.
yeah, I didn't have no issue with
Well,
that.
hey, I like how Blue said, boy, her boobs are huge in 3D.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Blue said that last night when we were watching it.
Yeah.
I don't know why I feel that they didn't have to use Michael Jordan as a twin and have someone, have him play both parts, because he's done that already before, hasn't he? Didn't he play something that he was a twin?
I don't know.
Anyone remember? No. I thought there was something else that he did like that, and I'm like, not like this again. They, that whole double credit thing, that scene, to do that twice and throughout the whole movie, I think it was different, but for the amount of people that would have walked out of the theater by then, they would never have seen it.
Mm.
And we only look for that stuff because we're always discussing the movie while the credits are rolling anyhow. But I just didn't like that, how they did that. I'll say,
You mean the credit at the end?
yeah,
Okay.
because otherwise no one would ever have gotten that. I don't think there's anything else that really got me. No, I guess not. But it was the movie was okay. It's just I don't like the vampire stuff, and why did the vampires why'd you have to say, okay, let's take the Irish guys and make them vampires?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't think that was right, but otherwise, it was a good movie. Otherwise, yeah,
Did you
yeah,
did you notice when they were picking up the band? First of all, they found a harp player, then they
Mhm.
found another guitar player, and then they had Sammy, who was already a guitar player, but they
right,
didn't have a. They only had three musicians to
right,
make up a band, because in a band you need a drummer and a bass player.
right.
They
But
didn't have that.
that's why they had to get one of them to then get you know get someone else who was in the club already,
Okay.
because the whole don't invite them in whole thing.
This movie could have been a hell of a lot shorter if I would have edited it, because 2 hours was way too long for this. I mean, an hour to build up to it, and then an hour. I mean, it's like, oh, it's just, it's a good movie with a little bit of vampires. Bullshit. The first hour is getting the juke joint set up, and the last hour is all about vampires. So I
Yeah.
argued with that. Then there was that scene that still freaking bugs me, that where they're talking about the different genres. Next thing you know, they're in the juke joint. You see a guy from like the 70s playing electric guitar, and then it's hip hop and breakdancing and all that shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
it's like,
that's the only bit I didn't like.
I'm like, I guess I need to be on some fucking major drugs right now. Then it might understand what the hell's going on, because this makes no freaking sense to me. Why I don't understand that part at all. But it could have been a lot shorter, cut out a lot of stuff. Was it great? No. Was it good? It was okay. But I tell you what, I thought Michael B. Jordan did a good job. I had no problems with any of the acting in it. And yeah, hey, we are the White Devils, so what the hell?
Yeah, but Dave in the movie, when they showed the hip hop and the metal and everything like that, electric guitars. But don't forget, if you look at my logo, it says blues is the roots and the rest is the fruit, because everything is based on the blues.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why they showed that. The hip hop, the heavy metal, the guitar playing. It's all based on
Yeah,
that.
but they went all the way back to like Indian and Africa, because they were saying that it opened up a portal. Someone that could play so well opened up the portal of time and space.
Right.
So to me, that was trying to say that when these certain people play, you think of like a Jimi Hendrix or
Right.
They have such talent, and it would like open that veil or that portal of allowing spirits to move from one
Right.
plane to the other. And so
Okay.
that's what I think, that it wasn't necessarily that, hey, the blues is the beginning, because it went to, you saw the ones where there were people from Africa,
Right.
and the Asians
Right.
with their dancing and stuff. So it was just saying that it opened up a portal because of his pure talent. That in it, you reminded me a little bit when you talked about that about meeting the devil. It makes me think of "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?"
Yes.
Because if you guys have seen that,
Yes.
remember the devil meets him
Yeah,
out on the
right.
road
Right.
at crossroad. So it kind of did make me think. Sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead.
but that bit to me just felt like it was just chucked in.
Yeah.
I did like it though. I don't know if you were finished. Sorry.
No. You,
Yeah,
I interrupted you.
No, I did like it. Blue said at the end, like it was kind of like it was similar to From Dusk Till Dawn, which was exactly what I was thinking while I was watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's got like a main story, but then like as Beach said, in between it's got like it's like vampires So it was very similar in that vein, but I probably would agree with Beach. It probably was a little bit too long. They probably could have cut like the first part of it down a little bit. But other than that, I like the acting in it. I liked all the cinematography in it. I liked all the action scenes and all the fighting scenes and just the way like they made the vampires come across. It wasn't corny. It was like they were like weird and trying to give you that like suspensey, scary vibe where they're just like it just comes out to meet them and they're just sat there singing.
Yeah. Well, and they were very confident and calm and cool.
Yeah.
And not in no hurry, not just.
By the way, I cannot join the chat, but I did see a few people. I always say every time I jump in, people in the chat say hello to us or hello to those people because I don't want people to think, oh, he's ignoring us. I just can't get in the chat to type.
Yeah. Well, he's on his phone, so he's limited on what he's able to see.
Well, I've got to log into YouTube, and I'll never remember what my password is. And so unless it auto logs us in. But yeah, I did like this movie. I was a bit wary. I mean, I had to pick I had to pick something to put on the wheel, and I looked through a bunch of stuff, and then I watched a trailer for this, and I thought, well, this looks interesting, but I didn't have big hopes for it. But actually, it was better than what I thought it was going to be.
For me, I get the idea of the feel of that Dusk Till Dawn, but I also thought it tossed in a little bit of that Get Out, the bringing of the idea, and when they went into that town where it has the white side of town and the black side of town across the stores, so the black customers can shop in this store, but all the white customers shop in this store. And owned by the same people, and she like that the Asian lady run back over to the other store, or the girl goes get her mama who's at the store across the street for the white folks. So a lot of that heavy racial tones of I can't say that I was a big fan of that. I just think that sometimes if we constantly are hammering about that, it does create even more animosity and division, whereas I tried to hope that people come together about shit. So I didn't care for the racial undertones that the movie was very heavy on. Like, it reminded me of Get Out. So acting, to be honest, I really don't. The last couple of movies or 3 movies that Michael B. Jordan's been in, I thought were terrible. I just did not like his acting over the last. I felt like he tries way too hard. But this movie, I thought he did good. I thought with his brother, and all the characters in it, I thought they did a really good job. I enjoyed it. Could it have done without the vampire theme? Probably. But I think that they want that, because to me, it's not horror. It's more of a thriller. And that some of the fighting amongst to me, some of that was a little bit silly when that one mom says, come on in, motherfuckers. And I mean, it's like, all you need to do is tell them come in, and now they can come in. They can't come in if you don't invite them. All that kind of folklore is always kind of weird to me. But I enjoyed the movie. I thought the music was good. All the acting was good. Kept my attention. I gave the movie like a 6 when I watched it originally, because we watched it last week. And so the first time when I seen it was before it was on the show, before it was on the wheel, and I thought, okay, it's pretty good. 6.5. I'll give it that. Watching and we never got to those end credits, because you got to get all the way through the credits to see that part where you're talking about where they meet him as an old man there in his bar or in that club. That actually made the movie better.
Yeah.
Because I really liked that he said, I made a promise to my brother that I wouldn't kill you. You know, and it was like, you know, he is sticking by that promise because he loved his brother so much. And then he says that part where I said, he's like, you know, I don't like that new music you're playing with that electric guitar. It sucks. It's crap. And he says, I like the old stuff. And then he starts playing those old songs, playing that old song that he played in the car originally, when it was just them, when Stack and him were in the car playing that song. So to me, that last 2 minutes, 3 minutes of the movie, would you call it? It wasn't long. That last segment actually made it better for me, because you saw that Stack and his girl got away, because you really didn't see that in the movie.
No.
I mean, in the original, because everybody's dying and on fire. You don't know who dies. So to me, it actually made it better that you saw that they survived, and he honored his brother's wishes by not killing Sammy, and then Sammy playing him that song. And so I liked it. I mean, to me, again, that ending actually gave it another half a point, or even maybe a whole point, to make it a 7.5 for me. But Michael B. Jordan did much better than in a lot of the past movies that I've seen him in. The recent movies, I just didn't like it, but I liked it. It's not going to scare nobody to death. It ain't going to give you nightmares, but I thought they did a good job with it. And, half hour, if you'd cut a half hour off it, I don't know if that really would matter to me, but I enjoyed it.
But that video at the end, the small video at the end, was filmed in Buddy Guy's club in Chicago. It's called Legends. I went there, but I didn't meet Buddy Guy.
I think I saw him.
I don't know. Let's see. AUBYN, is it your turn to jump in?
No, I
here?
went already.
Oh, wait. Oh, I was trying to think of who else we had.
England. I think we've all given our views.
Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. So we're going to go ahead and give our voting on this. And so if you guys not watched this show before and you're not sure how this works, play means you would recommend this to somebody. You know somebody that you could recommend this to with clear conscience, that they're watching that and they're not wasting their time. Pass means you hope this just never gets seen again. You want the time back that you just wasted watching this piece of crap. So so this is where we do play or pass. You guys over in the side chat, I see Richard has already voted. Thank you, Richard, for chiming in on your part. And we'll start with, I don't know if Andrew is back.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, Andrew. So do you give this a play or a pass?
I'll give it a play. I definitely can find quite a few people that probably recommend it too.
All right. Thank you, bud. Beach, what do you give The Sinners?
A soft play.
Oh, soft like
Oh,
like
God,
eating
did you hear how
Viagra.
much that hurt him to say that?
Yeah,
God.
no, it is. He didn't like that.
Hey,
He didn't
no,
like
I
look,
don't think he knows which way this is going.
My freaking movie watching meter, after all the shit I have watched that is horrible, it's numbed me. You know, I've watched so many bad movies here lately.
Yep.
That normally, if I was seeing good ones, I probably would have given this a pass. But this is one I actually watched through the whole way, which is a major accomplishment.
Oh, you've actually watched it a couple times because you watched it making it into 3D, and then you got to watch it with us last night.
No, trust me, I didn't. I watched 3-minute clips of it. That's
okay.
all.
All right. So Eddie, what are you thinking? Is this a play or pass?
Oh, it's a play for me. I call it like a lesson learned. So I give it a play.
Yeah, well, I knew that you'd love it when it got some music, especially the
Buddy
blues.
Guy?
I knew-
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, it was. I knew that it was like, oh, that's a play for him. Big Daddy Spider, what you thinking of our movie here? Play or pass for you?
I give it a play. It was definitely a good movie, and I didn't feel like it all wasted time. And it's one I might end up watching again or a couple times. So.
right. Cool. Aubyn, what you thinking of this, my man?
It was a play for me. As much as I hate any type of horror stuff, but
Yeah.
it wasn't too bad with the horror in it.
Yeah, I said that to the wife. I said, Aubyn would probably a pass on it. She goes, why? I said, he hates horror movies. I said, he does not like horror movies. And I said,
And it's not like I don't like horror movies, because there are a couple horrors, quote unquote, movies that I do like. I'm like big Final Destination fan, so I'm waiting for that to come. But and then there's that whole Carrie thing.
yeah.
Certain movies are okay, but the other ones that are just screen fests, I just don't do nothing for me.
Look, he's got to be a fan of horror movies. He's here every Friday.
I gotta put somebody on mute. All right. So for me, I give it a play. Other than I just remembered the thing that Blue and I kind of made a crack on, and she made it during the show last night, was the weird looking blood that would squirt out. That was
yeah.
I was almost like pink looking blood. I don't know. It was a weird looking color and a texture that was like, why does it look like that? I don't know why they did that. Maybe it was because it could be seen better in the dark. I don't know. That was the only thing that we kind of laughed at, like, what's up with the blood? And it would be like squirting out like spray. But that was the only funny. But I give it a play, and I know the wife gave it a play too. So, what was our vote?
13 plays, 3 passes.
Wow. Well, Sinners has just earned Nice job. Andrew, great job. Look at there. I mean, this is a man that knows how to pick movies. What do you think?
Oh my God.
Oh, shit.
I gotta bring back the original hosts on this show, Andrew. I'm having a coup that's starting to happen on this show from all the other helpers.
Oh, we can retire all, and he's bringing back full time.
Yeah, I guess they're gonna, get what's his name here?
Get Andrew in here, get Andrew to get everything sorted out, so I can just walk in and start the show.
And you got Claire to help you too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot Claire used to be with us on this. Yeah. If I can, I'll have to. I would like for you to create that guide that you guys are doing, the manual, so you can give it to him. The stuff. You guys
I didn't make the manual.
I need you to give him a manual of all the things that need to happen, so that I can just walk in the show and boom, we're ready to put it air. So hey, this movie gets a play, and we open up the floor for suggestions about TV shows or other movies that may have that wouldn't be your mainline movies, and talk about things you may want to watch or really to avoid. So this kind of jumps around, and you may hear about some shows that you haven't heard about in the past. So the floor is open for everybody to talk about some of the things that we would want to recommend to people.
Okay, I just before the show, I heard about talking about the movie Carrie before. They're doing it as a series. There's a new series for Carrie, so who knows how that'll work out? But it's caught my interest, how they'll do that as a TV show. Well, it's like you look at something like Wednesday. I thought that was pretty good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The wife loved it.
That was really good. So I'm interested to see how this Carrie turns out. I don't know who they're using, but it might be pretty good.
There's a few that are coming back. The Gold. It was about. It's an English program. It's the people stole gold and they try to melt it down and get rid of it. That's coming back. The Gentleman is coming back also in the second season.
TV show.
And The one I really like right now is it's called Department Q.
Yeah.
If you like slow horses, it's similar to that. It's like in the same style as slow horses, but it starts off slow, but it gets very interesting.
Now, this is going to be slow ponies.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wife actually, we watched the trailer for this just this week, and I told her she could watch that without me. Like, nah, it just doesn't feel like me. It doesn't feel like, I'm like, nah.
Yeah, but the first episode doesn't get to you. It's the second episode on that gets to you.
Yeah, well, I'll let her get through some of it, and then I can pop in and out and see.
And I started watching a new show on Apple TV, Stick, with Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
The Stick or just Stick?
Just Stick.
It's just Stick.
Oh.
Yeah, I want to start that one. This is in my watch list. It looks pretty good.
Oh yeah, yeah. I seen this listed. Any good? Or
I mean, I'm being a former golfer and stuff. I find it interesting. I will say, I've watched 3 episodes. The first episode is the worst one.
okay.
And so, I mean, some people probably won't like it. It's not action and all that crap. You know, he's a failed golf pro and divorced and all that stuff. And he finds this young kid he's trying to latch onto and sees a future in him. So, but there's some cute, funny bits in there.
Okay.
Resident Alien's coming back tomorrow.
Oh,
okay.
Resident Alien. Good funny show.
Oh yeah.
Really good. I've went through and finished up Mobland, and I love this show. I love it. I enjoyed it. Just a great show to watch. I mean, it's a gangster movie or show, so if you're not into gangster, well then stay away from it. But you know, with Tom Hardy in it and Pierce Brosnan and Helen Mirren.
Helen Mirren.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Helen, I think she's my favorite part of the show. I mean, she is my favorite. And so that's been our show. Murderbot is another one of those shows that I have been watching, moving along. It's quirky. Some people aren't going to like it because they're going to say it's woke. But I think it also plays off some of that stuff. It's playing. I think they push in hard on it as almost like a comical side, to be so woke kind of thing. I remember this. There was one scene where there's 2 women. They're in a relationship, and the guy's he's going to rescue somebody. And he's like, I need to go out there and rescue him. And they're like, I really don't like your masculine energy that's really trying to come off on that. That macho energy. It's really putting us off. And again, trying to be funny about, how some people kind of go overboard with things like that. So I thought that parts of it is funny. I like he's got a
Skarsgård, isn't it?
Skarsgård. Yeah, there you go. I like Alexander Skarsgård. I think he's funny and I enjoy him. And again, it's a cute show. Still waiting to jump in back into Clarkson's Farm. That's on our list to get back in. I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah, it sounds like there may only be one more season after this one for Clarkson's Farm.
Okay. Yeah, I really like that show.
It really teaches you. I think if people paid attention to the show, when people think about farmers and, we don't need to do this, don't do that. It's just for the farmers. They can figure it out themselves. How small of a margin that farmers live on. I mean, a razor's edge margin and busting your ass every day. It's not like you say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take a week off or go take 2 weeks of going on holiday or whatever. No, farmers are, that is maybe not 365, but it's pretty close to it. If you got animals, it's 365. And how narrow farming to make a profit and to stay profitable. And so when people talk about prices and how much a farmer, no, these guys are doing everything they can do just to keep their head above water, and they're not getting rich.
Yeah, sure.
So I enjoy that aspect of it. It gives a different look at a backside look of how our food is made and brought to market, maybe. See, Alfie says, really good Department Q.
Oh, yeah.
This City Is Ours.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys heard of that one?
I've
Yes.
heard it, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
This City Is
I've watched an episode of it. Sean Bean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, damn it! Can't spell. Yeah, it's okay. I'm working with kids. This City Is Ours. How did I? This City Is Ours. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember this cover. Okay, so I might check that out. Is it a cop? Is it a police thing? Organized crime, drama and crime. Okay, all right. Well, thanks. I appreciate the suggestion. Look at Steve says he went to the theater this week to see Mission Impossible. $7 senior discount, but the beer was $12. Hey, that's when you grab a gummy and you take it about a half hour before you start to move. You don't need none of that. Look, that's Jack Daniel's prices.
Now a Jack Daniel will be about $20.
Yeah. And I can't believe none of you. All right, what about Wrexham?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Now, we rolled back into that, even though the wife was bitching, complaining. And even though Andrew told me that they get promoted at the end of the season, I'm still watching it because.
Sorry, I didn't mean to spoil it for you.
Oh, it's not a big deal. I mean, I still enjoy. I think, to me, I feel like, this is Amazon or no? Who?
Hulu. Well, FX.
FX. I think they do a
It's
brilliant
ABC.
job.
Yeah.
I think they do a great job of not only promoting or highlighting the team, but highlighting the town, highlighting the people. Then they're highlighting the women's team, the what goes into doing the stadium, and then all of these small businesses. I think they're paying it forward in a way. To me, they're not only just bought the team and hoping to make the money and win some championships. They're vested in it. I think they do the production of it is really good. It's funny, quirky, and you get tied to these real people, the people in the town or the players, or so to me, I'm like, they do a great job with this show. I mean, I enjoy it. Ryan Reynolds is, to me, he's so funny. I mean, and they say some stuff that's just off the chart funny. I mean, he's pushing the limit.
Now I haven't started it yet. It is something I know that I need to watch. But does it give you the same vibe as the other soccer thing we were watching? What's that one? The other soccer thing.
Oh, Ted Lasso?
Ted Lasso. Does it give you that type of feel, or is it more of a documentary than
No,
More of a document. Well, it's like a real football team, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's more.
I
of a-
mean, welcome to Wrexham. It's not a show. I mean, it's documenting this real football team they own.
Okay.
yes.
and the
Okay.
town. I mean, that's
Yeah,
and
it's town. Yeah,
But
the
the good
town
thing,
and the
like
people.
the most, like the appealing thing about it is like it's a club that was in the lower leagues, like they were
Right.
in the non, like what we call in England, what we call non-league football, because it's just like full of part-time football teams. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
like a lot of the players are like, a lot of the players in those lower leagues, they like got part-time jobs and stuff like that, and like. It's just good to see these smaller teams go up the leagues into the professional ones, and then obviously this is just a documentary of this team climbing back up the ladder. But they've done it so quick.
I wish they did that with our football teams here. Real football.
no, if they did that, you wouldn't be watching the Jets on Sunday. They'd be in the lower tier.
Yeah, I understand that, but maybe someone will put it together the type of team that I believe should be out there. You know that
you
know,
only care
guys
about
that are
teams
gonna-
that's causing blood,
That's right.
bloods,
You gotta
broken bones.
break some bones and let them know. You know what I'm saying?
Auburn wants to go back to 1970 football.
Right. That was the best. Growing
Gouging
up,
out
you
eyes.
didn't like that back then.
It
The
was-
Get rid of all the protective gear. Make it more like rugby.
Yep. Screw
Just
all that.
smash somebody.
These guys were just getting smashed and chewed on the bottom of that on the bottom of that pile.
He wants
That's
them like
football.
Joe Theismann with the femur
Yeah,
bone sticking
that's
out there.
right.
Slot.
Absolutely.
If
When
you
I-
don't come off that field with a concussion, you haven't played good enough.
That's right.
Well, like
Well,
I said, watching Welcome to Wrexham when I first started season 1. That's my Saturday morning. I
Yeah.
turn them on at 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays here, and I watch the games live. You know, just so I could kind of see what's going on. I mean, I was watching the end of this year, you know, since Andrew already spoiled it, you know, watching the fans
Yeah, he
storm the
spoiled it.
pitch. You know,
God's sake, man! I'm getting absolutely rinsed for this. It was an accident.
Andrew, trust me. Before it, once again, it just is more proof that Todd never scrolls up. Because when they won the game that day and they got promoted, I posted the clip in Player Pass with
Yeah.
a spoiler alert, which he never saw it until you said something, you know, like a week later. So once again, more proof Todd does not know Telegram has a scroll up feature.
Scroll up, man. I'm getting you think you getting hit on this, Andrew? I mean,
You're not a real Wrexham fan, Todd.
I know
Yeah.
I'm not.
You're not like
Hey.
Beach. He knows
Yes,
all
I
the
call-
Wrexham players.
I'm still
That's
calling it
right.
soccer.
Yeah. Yeah, but what's so good about Wrexham is shows you the dedication of the fans for the team. But that's not just for Wrexham. In the UK,
Yeah.
most of the
Yeah.
towns are all dedicated to their football club.
Yeah.
And it shows
Generations
Yes, and
dedication, not just
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
hey,
You
this
know,
is my
yeah.
team.
Do you know what they call my team's football stadium in Newcastle? They call it the Cathedral on the Hill because it's in the centre of the city. It overlooks everything. It's the main, like everything in Newcastle is just football. Like real football, I mean, not like that fake
Yeah.
shit you do.
Hey, Andrew, a question.
Yeah.
Why does all of the football stadiums in the UK, they're named Macron or Marcron?
What?
They have the name Marcon?
It's advertising.
Is advertising?
Yeah.
Yeah, must be. I'm not sure what you mean.
I'll send you a picture of the Bolton Wanderers used to be the Bolton Wanderers Reebok
Oh,
Stadium.
there's a lot of stadiums now where the clubs are like they sell the naming rights to the stadium
Okay.
to make money.
Okay.
So our old owners, like our old owner, he owns Sports Direct company. We hated him. He just didn't put any money into the club, and he ended up changing the name of St James's Park, which is our ground. He changed it to the Sports Direct Arena,
Okay.
and he got absolutely hammered for it off the fans, and he ended up changing it back
Okay.
to St James's Park.
Give it another 30 years, and Americans will own all those soccer teams, anyways. It'll be back to calling soccer.
What it is, Eddie, Macron is an Italian sportswear company, like in America, Nike.
Okay.
So
I
that's
didn't know.
why you see it. It's the Italian sportswear company. So it's,
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams do like sell naming rights to stadiums now, just to make money off sponsors and stuff.
Okay.
You're muted, Dabs.
They do it. They do it again. They do it in the U.S. all the time with stadiums or arenas or AT&T Arena or
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just it's another way to make some money and also companies that's a tax write-off. So that's a promotion. So that's why companies do it now so if you put your name on a stadium, that now is a tax write-off, so that instead of you paying Uncle Sam that money, you paid it to have that advertising. That is part of the U.S. tax system and how that works. And so that's why so many companies invest in stuff like that for advertising, to be part of sports or be part of sports teams, because you're getting that advertising and that money is being used by your logo, not you giving the money to the government. So count that out. That's just how that system works, and keeps the money out of the actual tax coffers and
we should get a sponsor here, like AARP, since we're all old fucks.
Yeah, I could. Or
Medicaid,
Medicaid,
adult diapers, insure.
What about some WD-40 for your wheels, so you can wheel around less squeaky?
Oh my God.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, there is some Grecian formula, because you got we could do like that spray hair for you and for AUBYN and Eddie, to spray them with some hair on there, because both of them bald.
Oh yeah.
I cut it off. Okay.
I know. So there's numerous. Hey, people want to reach out to me. Reach me on Telegram if you want to be a sponsor on the show, and we'll put your product right up here. We'll mention it. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Depends. Don't worry about running to the toilet. You can go right there.
Right there. Go right where you're standing.
You won't miss your show or your sports. You can pee right there in your pants.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, what a great idea. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah. More money for you.
I mean, it's like all our bonus money went to him getting all those SuperBoxes, giving back to people who watch the show. Once again,
you gotta put money in to keep growing. So we're just taking that money, putting it back into the brand we're trying to build. You gotta put money back in early, guys, and so that's what we're doing here. Stick with me. It'll pay off. Your stock options are gonna pay off.
Yes.
YouTube oligarchy.
All right. Hey, we're at 7. I'll let you just be sure, folks. Next week, Fountain of Youth. That's the movie of the week. We will be showing it in big screen on Thursday. So we don't forget, tomorrow night we will be watching this in big screen. If you're like, where's big screen? I don't know how to find that. If you have an Oculus 2 or 3, down below is a link to the Oculus room. Join that room. We'll click it and you will be able to join the Telegram room, and you'll find out about us posting the room codes for you to join us and watch it live, and us talk shit while we watch it. So,
but also you don't have to just have an Oculus to get in there, because you can get in through other headsets. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
Which one?
None of them allow you to get
the
to
Beyond. The Beyond. That's $2,000 Beyond.
that. Yeah, all
You
of
think
those.
those folks are watching this show?
Oh, you never know. You never know.
I haven't got one,
Uh,
but if I would like to be a sponsor for that, if you're a
Yeah.
sponsor of the big screen Beyond, reach out to me.
Yeah.
Hey, well,
Yeah,
while
send
you
one over. I'll test it.
reach out to them. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what you did to get that pinball arcade thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's
Any
true.
any tech companies out there have got any free shit that they want to send to Todd, he'll do a video on it.
That's right. I'm on it. And speaking of
It
this
can be both.
arcade thing, hey, speaking of the arcade thing, before I forget, pinball is they've got an add-on that's going to be putting haptics, speakers, the where you're going to be able to move the table to where it'll have like the nudge as well as the plunger. And I was actually thinking about that when I was playing this last week. I'm thinking, if they just had this, they could add the nudge. I mean, the nudge and just the thumper, when it's hitting, that's all I would care for. And
Yeah.
sure as shit, come out in July, I can put an order and who knows? So I'll be in line for it. But if X Arcade wants to send me one, I'll be sure to plug that mug in, get it set up. So.
All right. Okay. Let's go out of here. Is one gonna.
Yeah, I have to go.
Okay.
All right. Andrew, thanks for hanging out with us.
Have a good one, Andrew.
Have a good night, guys.
Have a good night.
Oh,
Man.
by the way, I'm still watching Clarkson's Farm. I've still got 2 episodes left to watch.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
Great show. Great show.
Are you busy tomorrow, Andrew, to try to join us, or don't even think? About it?
What time will it be?
Oh,
6
really?
6 p.m.
Your time, 11 p.m. my time.
Yeah.
If I'm still awake, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's willing to stay up till 6 o'clock in the morning with us.
Yeah.
Why not?
Big Daddy Spider, anything you want to say before we go?
Great show again, guys. Like, subscribe, share, so Todd can make his pennies and claim he's going to give everybody a pizza party and never deliver on it.
I like
you
the
pizza?
party idea.
He offered someone else pizza. Oh my god.
It'll be Domino's. Auburn, I know I'll save you an extra slice because I know how much you love a Domino's pizza.
Oh my god, cardboard.
A Domino's pie.
Look, Auburn and I got a better chance of getting the ramen noodles from them.
Yeah.
They cost like 28 cents.
Yep. Even
Hey.
those are going up in price.
You guys are terrible. All right. Beach, anything you want to say before we go?
God, I hope I hate Fountain of Youth.
You can hope.
Need everything.
Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. Eddie, anything you want to say before we go?
Yeah, good show. Let's say next week I'll be able to see you guys better.
There again, old people problems right there.
Yeah.
Auburn.
Yeah, everyone, thanks for coming out. I hope to see you next week. Don't forget to watch the show next week and let your friends know. Todd's giving something away. That don't happen too often. Everyone getting here on the show. Make sure that you leave messages in that video. Did we post the?
The link is down below.
Okay,
The link is
the
down below.
link is down below. Make sure that you comment on that video, and because I don't think we're gonna let Todd choose who does it. We'll do it because he doesn't want to do any work anyhow. So, we'll be here to read your posts, and I can't wait to read them all.
All right.
It'll be pretty funny. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. All right. Thanks again for everyone on the panel. Hey, bonuses in the mail. And thanks for you guys watching us. And be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
curtains falling on the screen. Hope you laughed and learned a bit. Had some fun and skipped routine. Time to close this crazy ship. Thanks for tuning in, my friends. But it's time to say goodbye. Through the streams and download set. But now it's time for us to fly. Information, picked up tips and tricks to enjoy. But now we leave this online station. It's time to pack up every toy. Thanks for tuning in, my friends. But it's time for us to fly. Through the streams and download set, you can kiss my ass goodbye.